then taking apple cider vinegar throughout the day of when you're fasting, as well as for sure, especially at night, and then when you also. Hey, what's up, fasters? Welcome to another fasting video. Today we are going to talk about when to use apple cider vinegar during your fast. So my very first experience with apple cider vinegar was when I was a kid. My dad really was getting into health at the time. I was probably about, I want to say it was like maybe 8 years old, I think, when he was really getting into apple cider vinegar. He was reading a lot of the Dr. Bragg books. And I know everybody know who Dr. Bragg is because that's the most popular apple cider vinegar brand that is out there. And he would used to line us up, all of us kids. I grew up with a family of 9 kids. Crazy, I know. 9 kids, pretty crazy house. And it was his way of actually treating our sickness or illness. And he used to line us up, give us a cap of apple cider vinegar, and chug that down. I remember my very first time taking that. My throat was burning. I wanted to puke. It was a very pleasant experience. I remember my older brother having the worst experience and really complaining and heaving all day long and complaining how disgusting it was. And even when we were really sick and we were puking, he used to hand us a cup with apple cider vinegar. Now it had things like apple juice and some water, but it also had a lot of apple cider vinegar. And he would force us to drink that whole thing while we were at the toilet, puking our guts out. Well, it actually worked. After usually doing that, I felt better, but certainly was not the best experience. I had a pretty much negative experience with apple cider vinegar when I was a kid, but I did know what the benefits were as I was growing up. And, some of the great benefits with apple cider vinegar are, what it can do is not only help with digestion, it can also help regulate our blood sugar levels. It can also help reduce weight. It can also help metabolism. So these are great benefits that apple cider vinegar can benefit, especially if we start using it during our fast. Now, growing up as a kid, my dad thought, it cured everything. That's where a lot of these things get really claimed on the internet, that apple cider vinegar could cure anything. If any of you guys seen, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, it's kind of like that same concept where the guy who would spray Windex on anything and thought it would cure anything. So just to be cautious, apple cider vinegar doesn't cure everything. It does have some great benefits. There is some scientific proven, benefits that it can help with the digestive system, reduce blood sugar. So people who are diabetic, it's a great way also for even losing weight. But it's not like all the other claims that are out there when it comes with apple cider vinegar. So diving into the next segment that I said we're going to talk about in this video mostly about is when to take apple cider vinegar while you're fasting. Now the big question you do need to ask yourself is, what are the benefits you are trying to gain with fasting? And this is what I ask all my patients when it comes to when they want to do fasting, is what are the benefits they want to get out of with fasting? Now, if you're somebody that wants to benefit from decreasing their blood sugar levels, reducing weight, apple cider vinegar would be good to take during your fast. So what I usually recommend is to continuously do apple cider vinegar throughout the day with water, especially before you go to bed, because that can help lower your blood sugar levels, because sometimes those kind of spike at nighttime, so taking it at night. And then the most important that I would say is taking apple cider vinegar when you break your fast, because that can really get things, set when you're taking your food for the first time, to get the digestive system ready and prepped before you consume your first meal. Now, I have talked about this a little bit before. If your benefit is to try to accelerate your autophagy levels while you're fasting, this is what I don't typically always take apple cider vinegar while I fast. Even though there is no per se research on this, we talk about how autophagy can be stopped with any amount of carbs, and with apple cider vinegar, it's so small, it's like 0.1 grams of carbs in there, that I'm not even 100% sure if it really does stop autophagy. It may not, but the research isn't really clearly out there as far as if it does or does not. So if you are on the fence about it and want to to stop your autophagy levels and are only caring about basically autophagy during fasting, then maybe not taking apple cider vinegar while you're fasting. But when you do break your fast, again, most important is to definitely take apple cider vinegar. I usually mix it with some water, do a couple tablespoons in water, guzzle that down before I have my first meal, or at least the first thing I'm going to eat. So that way my digestive system is really prepped for that, because apple cider vinegar is really great for the digestive system, getting the gut flora back and activated, getting digestive enzymes activated, because sour and bitter stuff really does activate our digestive enzymes by just the taste. It also helps really stimulate the liver as well. That helps with the digestive system. Now, if your other reason of why you're doing fasting is really to detox your liver and your kidneys and the digestive system, then I would highly encourage, yes, taking apple cider vinegar while you're doing your fast, whether you're doing a prolonged fast or intermittent fasting, and using that as a beverage, just putting a tablespoon, in 24-ounce water bottle, and just sipping that throughout the day is a great way of doing that. Keeps things, because again, it does stimulate the liver, the gallbladder, because of that bitter, sour combo of the apple cider vinegar, but also the benefits of the vinegar to help and stimulate that, to get things moving along and detoxifying the body. Now, if you're wondering, what about outside of fasting and you're just looking for overall health, I would definitely encourage using apple cider vinegar. In the morning is a great time, and before bed. That really helps regulate blood sugar levels. So if you're somebody who's diabetic, I definitely encourage doing apple cider vinegar on a regular basis while you're fasting, and also when you're not fasting, especially morning and night are great routines to be taking the apple cider vinegar, doing apple cider vinegar shots. You don't need to do straight up shots. Some people do. You can actually mix it in water, doing 1 or 2 tablespoons in a glass of water and taking that. You can also mix it in your juices, other kind of recipes. Ginger can kind of help balance that out as well when you're doing an apple cider vinegar type of drink. So to just summarize, as far as everything when it comes to when and the benefits of apple cider vinegar, remember, apple cider vinegar is great for digestion, detoxification. It can also help really regulate our blood sugar levels, as well as help with weight loss. It can't energize, but there's a lot of different other claims out there that really apple cider vinegar doesn't live up to. And as far as when to take apple cider vinegar while you're fasting, it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If you are hesitant about worrying about it turning off autophagy, then maybe not taking it while you're doing your prolonged fast, but taking it when you definitely break your fast. But if you're not worried about that and just want to really tackle the insulin issue, the blood sugar imbalances, and weight loss, then taking apple cider vinegar throughout the day of when you're fasting, as well as for sure, especially at night, and then when you also break your fast. And then, of course, the other benefits that come with fasting with apple cider vinegar and overall health can help detoxify the liver and also our kidneys. So let me know what you guys think. Leave that in the comment section below so everybody else in the community can read those comments of what your thoughts are on with apple cider vinegar and fasting, when you take it, what you find is more beneficial for you. And if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right over here, because we talk about fasting, health tips, natural medicine, all sorts of different things on this channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also check out some of these other playlists that I'll leave here for you guys to check out. Until next time, this is Dr. LeGrand signing out. Thanks. Bye.